Oh, g'day everybody, how you going today? It is so good to see you. Today, I am bringing power to the people with this simple, clean and powerful unit from Hyundai. Now, I had the smaller one, but I love this one so much I decided to upgrade. Let me tell you more. So what's great about having something like this in a place like this is you're not allowed to have mains power. This is basically like a camping site. If you've got a cabin or a bathing box or a tent or a caravan or a camper van or anything like that, you can use something like this to give you 240 volts along with the USB, along with everything else. And of course you can continue to charge it with your solar panels. How good is that? Let's go to our next site. Oh, and look, another great usage of these batteries is a day like today. This is my gallery in the city. We haven't been here for about 7 months, and I wasn't even sure whether we were going to have any electricity. So I brought this along with me. We've been able to use the Vision switcher and everything is a-okay. So if you're worried about having electricity, if the power's out, there are so many different usages for a battery like this. These are the two units that I have. I started off with the little guy here. Love this, fantastic, light, portable. This one, a lot more power. So you can last a lot longer in the field with this unit.
And it is known as the HPS-1100 from Hyundai.
Firstly, I just want to show you how expandable these units are. So we want to charge my laptop. Let's plug it in. And what we can see here on this readout is everything you plug in and start charging, you can watch as the power usage increases. And we can see the green lights come on. We are now using 75 watts, 83 watts. So you can be out and about anywhere in the world and charging your laptop at full speed with AC power. The power charger, this is a 240 volt power charger. This is the quickest way to get your batteries charged. You can do it via USB and so on, but it's slower. So let's throw that in there and we will get this battery charging. And let's see what's going on with the power there now. We're now up to 102. Now I'm going to charge up next my phone, something that we all rely on all the time. Now you can actually control the direct current and the alternating current separately. So we can turn it on. First, let's just plug it in. Oops, that's upside down. Doesn't matter which. We have 4 of these USB-A ports, which obviously means now let's turn it on. Our power has changed to 114. So that's taking about 10 watts, which is cool. Okay, let's plug in a couple of more USB. First, I've got this light here. It's a Lume Cube. It's a little portable light. They're waterproof, weatherproof, and just great. Okay, so plug that in. Now, I'm not sure, I haven't tried this before, as to whether we can charge this light whilst it's on. Let's find out. Oh, we can. We've got a little red light there. And it's flashing very slowly. Now, we're at 110 watts. We're up to 114. All right, let's add. And as we can see, we're sucking the power a little bit more quickly because we're running a lot of things, but that's okay. That's what this is all about. And then let's say you go on a day hike, you know, you're out in the country, in the forest, at your camping site, next to your tent and your car, and you decide you want to go up a hill. And if you're like me, you've got a lot of gear with you. And so you might carry a little power bank like this. And of course you can charge your power bank. And there we go. We can see that is starting to charge. We've got all this stuff charging. We can see that the battery's draining Something like a laptop takes a lot of power, this takes a lot of power, the phone takes a lot of power. We are doing this from a battery. Now, let me tell you about this battery. So clearly, look, these units, they're big, and neither of them are going to be taken for a hike. It's just not going to happen. This is designed perhaps if you're camping and you're camping next to your vehicle and you still have all your power. And as I've shown in the intro, it's also something you can use in a situation where you lose power, whether it's at home and you want to keep certain parts of your house still running, run your computer, run your TV, so on and so forth. You absolutely can. This is a short-term emergency power supply. And for me, these products are fantastic because as a photographer, you sometimes need 240 volts in the field. You just can't get it for whatever reason, or you're not near a vehicle, or you don't want a generator. What really attracted me to these is you don't have the noise of a generator. So if you're doing video, that's fantastic. You don't have to worry about petrol. That's fantastic. These just fit into the modern world super well from my perspective. And of course, everybody's going to be different because you might say, well, what about when you run out of power? What do you do then? And you're in the field. These units have the capacity to plug in at the rear. You can plug that in and you can charge it via a solar panel. Now, the smaller one charges at 30 watts and this larger one can charge up to 120 watts. So that's pretty good. So you're going to get a fair bit of capacity in a sunny day like you have today. Now that's via the solar panels, but also there's been an increase when you plug it into the house. You get an increase from 30 watts up to 120 watts. And the DC charging in this is pretty cool because you can actually also charge this off your car. So let's say you're moving between camping sites and you've got a day on the road, you can plug this into your cigarette lighter and it's going to charge up that way as well. So that's really cool. There are accessories for all these different options coming. Now, another cool feature that I haven't touched on yet is the fact that this has a jump start feature. So down here, you can actually plug a special cable, which I have that cable. I did find the cable could perhaps be a little bit longer. With this unit, I was able to get it into the engine bay and move it around and make it work. With this larger unit, that might become a little bit difficult. So potentially that cable could be, because I think it's only about this long, I think it could be at least twice the size. But this will help you jump start your car, obviously if your battery is not too dead, which is a super cool, just emergency backup sort of thing. Another port you have on here is the standard cigarette lighter 12 volt sort of port. So that's cool. If you've got any 12 volt stuff, you can charge it off this. And to be honest, if I'm a long way from civilization and I'm camping and I'm used to using my car battery and draining it, I would far prefer to have this separate option where I know if I drain it, it doesn't mean my car is dead. So this performs all the things that a car battery does for you, plus so much more. And it's the 240 volts that really gets me into this unit. Because, obviously we can do USB style with these smaller style batteries, but this is spectacular. I've got 5 USB ports here. Amazing. In regards to the solar panels can be plugged directly into this unit and they run between 5 volts and 24 volts. So if you've got the right plug, you can just plug it straight in. You don't need anything in between to make it work. And that's just really useful. It keeps the whole unit as light as possible. Another advantage here on the back is with this unit, the power supply is not built in, whereas this unit is. That's the 240 volt. This one, it's removed. So if you're wanting to charge from your 240 volts, it's a separate power supply. You don't have to carry it around and you don't have to carry it in here. Now, this unit is big, it is heavy. Now, the technology in this unit is lithium ion, as in the metal iron, phosphate, whereas this is lithium ion, I-O-N, different. These batteries last a lot longer and they're way more stable. So this unit can be recycled and recharged many thousands of times more than this unit here, which is rated at 1,000 charges. This one is rated at 3,000 charges. So pros and cons, if you want to have an investment that's going to last you a very long time, like the reality is, if you can charge this 3,000 times, and even if you charged it every day, that is 10 years. This one, you charge it every day, it's 3 years. Yeah, roughly. And the reality is you're not going to charge these things every day. So they're going to last a long time either way. This is the unit that's more stable and more longer lasting than this one from how many times you can cycle the battery. There's also an even larger one. This is more my size. I think it fits nicely in the family of potential batteries, which is why I upgraded to this one. So let's just run through some of the specs quickly. This one is 6.2 kilos and this one is 14.8 kilos. So you get what you carry, if that makes any sense. But this has 4 times the power, almost 4 times the power, yet it is not 4 times the weight. So they've obviously got some gains. There's some economies of scale there. The maximum power that this unit can handle at one time in a spike is 600 watts. This one is 2,000 watts. So again, you get a lot more flexibility out of this unit than this unit. This unit has a total capacity of 270 watt hours, and this one has a total capacity of 1,075 watt hours. So you're really getting quite a lot more in this one. So look, if you want to do a deeper dive into all the specifications and the differences between these units, whether you're interested in the smaller, cheaper one or the larger and much more powerful one, you can. There's a lot of data to look at. Personally, for me, if I had known how good these were, like I've never purchased anything like this before, so I just thought I'd start off entry level to get an understanding. Does it work? Does it fit? Does it meet expectations? I would have gone with the larger one because there is more bang for buck, I think. Not just for dollars, but also this is a more robust and more universal unit that's going to last longer and give you way more. This one's obviously going to run out of power first. And besides your wallet, the hit on your wallet, I think kind of the only thing you really need to think about is the weight difference. And the weight difference is only applicable when you're moving it from your home to your car and you're moving it around. Otherwise, it's irrelevant once it's sitting on the bench or on the dirt or in the back of your car or Jeep or truck or camper van or caravan. 14 kilos, completely manageable. I make books. All of this weighs exactly the same amount as my boxes of books. This is a really normal weight for me and it totally sits in my world. But that would be the only consideration. If perhaps you're not as strong as you used to be, something worth thinking about. Now, I just quickly wanted to touch on that as we're recording, the fan has kicked in. It is very quiet. I would call that quiet. If you had that outside a vehicle and you were inside a vehicle, I don't think you'd hear that. I'm not sure how long it's going to run for. It's obviously temperature based. So I love the fact that there's no petrol. You don't have to worry about that sort of stuff. I love the fact that the reality is you're charging it from the sun if you want to, especially while you're camping and you're away and you're not near 240 volts. I think that's fantastic. For me, in my world, and I'm going to use this for far more than just photography work because I've realized how robust and universal it is. Not only can I use it for my work, but I can use it when I'm on holidays and I can use it as an emergency power supply here at home. It's got a lot of great uses and all of them are good. So I'm happy. I'm happy with the investment. It's great. If you have any questions about either of these Hyundais, I will do my best to answer them for you. Well, fantastic to see you. If this is your first time here, I'd love to see you again. So please subscribe, please share this video, and please like this video. I'd love to get it out there. It's so good for the channel. And there's over 250 videos you can watch right now if you just look down there. All right, thanks so much. I'll see you soon.